Every time I say we're back on site, I think of Dirt Boss. I don't want to be stealing anything from it, Mike, Dirt Boss. But every time I say it, I think of you. So here we are, back on site. Yeah, we got all our grounding in yesterday. All our pipes into the pad. So we just got to continue them down to the panel. Of course, we got some snow here last night. We covered everything up with concrete blankets the best we could, so we didn't have all frozen ground. But I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen you know, a lot of these jobs we've been doing, but just want to kind of go over, you know, there's a procedure that we find works best for these jobs. And when you come into the site, layout is key. I mean, layout is everything. Spend a little bit of time in the beginning, and it'll save you so much time later. Trust me, I've been there. I've gone to jobs and tried to get started and end up taking more time in the long run because you didn't lay out. So I mean, first thing we do is we come in here and we strip off all our good stone, our clean stone. Now you see these piles. Now all these jobs are a little different, but on this one I had the actual blueprints for the tower build because this is a brand new tower. And I saw on there that it was 4 inches of 3/4 clean stone, and then they had 5 or 6 inches of 2A modified, like a compacting stone, and then the fabric. So we didn't have room to strip all the stone because there's no room for everything. So we pulled off just the 3/4 clean stone, and then I pulled off the modified stone in the pad area so we could get that fabric out. And then everywhere else we just kind of trenched through the stone, saving the stone that was just in the trench, and then we piled all our dirt on top of the modified compacting stone, figuring I'll be able to clean that up because the dirt won't really fall through the grain of the stone because it's a compacting type stone. So, and then we put all these pins in. All our offset pins are put in. We got offset pins in everywhere, all the way around here, and laid out the entire pad so that we knew exactly where those pipes were going to land. I know Brandon talked about yesterday we were going to put pipes in before we did the grounding, but with it only being 2 of us, sometimes things change at a moment's notice, and we decided in order to keep him working and keep me working, we would go ahead and start with the grounding, and then I picked up the pipe work, you know, as I dug the grounding. Because you didn't have to spot me. There's nothing here in the ground except for tower grounding, and if we break that, we can just weld it back together. So you know, things change all the time. You just got to think about what's going to be the most productive thing for you to do, and you know, sometimes you got to change your plan so that you can be the most productive on the jobs.
So my plan here is to hit this turn with a 45 to get right underneath of that backboard there like we talked about. Right here we got to fix this ground, no biggie. I ripped it out, I wasn't spotting him, I was busy doing other things. A ground wire like this is totally fine to hit the pin. We can fix it, but a ground rod now, you're getting into a little bit of a project. Just a stick, Ed. good news, yep. Sorry for screaming, guys. But good news, we found the 2-inch aviation light pipe, which on every single tower, guys, no matter what, that's the first thing that goes up is that light, which tells airplanes there's a tower here and not to fly into her. Anyways, there it is. Right there's that 2-inch pipe. Looks like we're gonna have to tunnel under it with our pipes. Now Ed's running out of room here for material, and we got to get rid of some anyway. We're gonna have excess, so he's scooping it out and tracking down there, and we'll grade it off, put some seed of straw down. Yep. That pipe, keep coming down. Keep coming down. Good. Yep. Now when Ed's digging around pipes, I always try to keep them so I can see. We are working on trying to get underneath of this 2-inch pipe. Ed's gonna get the bulk of it, and I'll have to hand shovel. There's nowhere for him to really sit to get any more than he's gonna be able to get. The mirrors are rubbing on that backboard, the post. Had to fold it in all the way. Ed's such a nice guy, guys. He's able to get more than he thought. Yeah, that's fine. So guys, the inspector came. We had some of our pipe in and done, but we still have to put in our 2 4-inchers that are going to go to that pool box over there, and they'll come up right on the side of that 4-inch that's already in. Ed's out here bale and dirt, make room for some more. Good. Good. Right here. Perfect. Yep. Good. Watch. Yep. It's down there.
Teletubby too, but
That's how I feel. Like a Teletubby right now. That's the word for it.
okay.
Ready? Well guys, we are finally got all of our pipe in.
It wasn't easy. It was not easy, people. It was a struggle.
The struggle is real today at full tilt. Now we get to backfill all this stuff and compact it. And then we're gonna maybe work on putting our pipes in for the generator. Modified stone, yep, over top of all the pipe. Just a thin little layer, yep. Keep going. Good. Just a thin little layer to help protect it. And then edges blowing dirt in over top, that way. Well, I know you guys are sick of backfilling and compacting because we are. So we went ahead and got all of it backfilled and compacted. We reset up our string line so we could get our layout done There's our wick shelter, sorry. And that's where our generator's gonna be again. Our pipes landed perfectly where we wanted them to. Now we're gonna go ahead and put in the gen pipes. So we're gonna put them in from there. And we're gonna put two 2-inches there, and a 1-inch there, and a 1-inch over here with the fiber pipe. And all the ones inside the generator pad will just be grouped together. Morning guys, we are on day 3 of this job. Today is forming for concrete, tying our rebar, and we're gonna get rid of that pile of dirt there as well. Now it's freezing cold. It's the coldest day we've had up here so far. Truck says it's 20 degrees, so that might be right, might not be. But anyway guys, I wanted to touch on the fact of the current events in the world today. First things first, I want to give a shout out to Brandon from Elite Earthworks. I just want to let him know, we hope you feel better, buddy. Get well, and everybody out there stay safe and healthy. Now for us young people like myself, currently, I know you guys probably heard from Ed that my girlfriend had the coronavirus and we both were quarantined. I didn't have it. My girlfriend was totally okay, but quarantining was miserable. It is no fun, and everybody around me had to quarantine as well. So keep that in mind guys, it affects everybody, even if it doesn't affect you. Well anyway, stay safe out there and let's get to work. Alright, we got all the fabric in, and we decided to use new fabric here where the pad is, and the old fabric we're going to save, and eventually we have to build a crane pad so these guys can set the shelter. So we use that fabric, the old stuff, for the crane pad. Now we're planning on going for 4 inches of stone. That's what Ed's working on now. And start shooting grades. And we brought the plate compactor today to compact all this stuff and we're done. We're close, Ed. The way that we go about putting our stone grade in for forming for concrete with these flat pads is we always put the stone a little bit lower than we're going to need it. That way if we have to tap the form down, we easily can, or we can go up with it. And then after we get the forms built and before we get the steel in, Ed will get on there that mini and I'll use a straight edge and measure down, and Ed will add in stone wherever we need it. Just works best for us. We used to, or we have in the past, made it dead perfect, and then we're beating on the form if it's a little bit off. Well guys, if Ed hits one of these pins, he's buying us all lunch. So hopefully he hits one of them. For those of you guys that are newer subscribers, that's how Ed and myself do things. If you hit a layout or a grade stick, it costs you 50 bucks. Usually, I'm the one that has to pay for the grade sticks. About 2 inches low with stone on this side, and that side we're pretty much dead on. And then what I do is get my long screed, measure down, got a foot, foot. So as Ed's been working on moving dirt and grading, I got one deck of rebar tied. So this site's a little bit different. It's a double mat of rebar, 16 inches on center. Just like so. Now I'm gonna work on putting in my top deck. The steel is in. Ed's working on grading this site out. We're leaving air around the forms for sure on this one. It's gonna be a long weekend because it's the holiday, New Year's. So anyway, we're gonna leave it open, let air to it so it doesn't move. They're calling for rain and snow up here pretty much all weekend. And we won't be back till Monday to pour. Today's Wednesday. So we're gonna cover this thing up good and hope for the best when we come back on Monday. We're gonna bring our weed burner because the ground might be frozen, might be snow on it, who knows. Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. We got a little surprise for you guys. Full tilt went out. Bought a new 2021 F450. Love it. Anyway, also in addition, we got ourselves a new helper, Bobby. Say morning, Bobby. Bobby's here to help us pour this pad this morning. Again, we're back on site here. Lots of snow. Looks like there's about 4 inches on the ground. We have our pad covered up. We're gonna get this thing uncovered, get all the snow thawed out, rake in our stone around the outside, and then get our concrete sent and go from there, buddy. So, Bobby's using the rebar, try to get rid of any of the snow and ice inside of the forms. Ed's working on grading out, getting this site looking better. Now we're going to be most likely pouring this pad with the machine because the truck's probably not going to fit in there. Well, and me, I'm doing what I do best. Filming, you're watching, freezing, and talking.
Hey guys, you see that we just got a new truck. Picked it up on Saturday. We bought it the last day of last year because needed it for the write-off. But the thinking behind this truck is the F450 Diesel is the only truck on the market that you can tow 24,200 pounds off of the bumper. So eventually I will put a utility body on this truck, but right now it's a lot of money. So we're just going to use it as a pickup right now. Probably put a toolbox or something on it. But if I would have bought a utility body already on the truck would have been binned as a cab chassis. And a cab chassis F450 has a maximum conventional towing rate. I think it's like 17,000, and the 550 is only 18,100. So we wanted to be able to pull the 306 behind the truck and still have room for tools and still be able to get into the tight areas we work. So,
which I don't care what Ed says, we bought that truck for the 306.
Yeah, pretty much. We bought it for the 306 so we can start using it more. Peterbilt's just too big. I constantly got to leave the truck on the road. You can't get into the sites, and half the time we're 2 miles up a mountain. So this I'll be able to tow right to the site. So that's the thinking behind this truck. It's pretty much the same truck as Jason Works a Lot has. It's the STX model. This has cloth seats. It's got the nice fancy wheels, but it's by no means super fancy. You know, it's cloth seats.
It's got the nice screen over mine,
yeah,
though.
It's got a nice big backup camera and everything. But yeah, so we bought this, and hopefully this meets our need.
What's up, guys? Bob out here with Full Tilt Graded today. We're going to do a little concrete pouring. We're going to go from chute to bucket to pad. Waiting for the concrete accelerant to get going over there in the truck, and then we'll start pouring. Stay tuned.
So as Bob said, guys, basically, according to the concrete gods, if you spin the barrel and helps activate the concrete, because and hence there's friction in there as the barrel spins, the concrete goes around, touches the barrel. So that's what we're told, that's what they say, that's what we're going with. It worked for us in the last one. We tried that, we already talked about this, so we're going to stick with it again. pain in the butt though.
You like the broom, man.
And new. Looks
Yeah. Of course, heavy.
And another one wrapped up, guys. We got that concrete pad all covered up with blankets and tarps and whatnot, ready for any weather we might get. Now we're gonna get to go ride in luxury on the way home in the 2021 F450. It's the first time we're gonna be towing with this thing, so wish us luck. It's pretty darn good. Yeah. There you got them all. Fancy, fancy, fancy. Now, one thing we're missing yet is
Cat plate.
cat plate. That's a must. Can't go without one of them for too long. Well, guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and stick tuned to see what we're going to be doing with this F450. We have some surprises for it in the near future.